For this drawing, we're going to make this old mill. And you don't see many of these anymore, but years ago, people would grow things in their garden like corn and take it to a place like this and have it ground up. And then after it was ground up real fine, they could make things out of it like cornbread and other baked goods. They would grind corn or wheat, maybe some other things, but it was mainly for corn and wheat. Now, this is just a pond of water, and the reason there's brown in the water is because it reflects from the wall. If you put trees in, I want them in fall colors. This is a mountain back there, far, far away, and I just put some fall colors on it. I made my sky one-way smooth all the way across. Let's see, that's about it. We're going to get started on this. So you need your paper in this direction. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you don't outline your picture with black, see how nice and crisp and clear this outline is? Well, here, when you color this and you don't outline it with black, then the colors just run together and the drawing just disappears. So you need that dark outline to help make it stand out more. Alright, to start this drawing, we're going to make a big square right in this area here, and I'll show you. Put your hand at the top of the paper in the middle, slide down a very little bit. You want some white space up here. Then slide over and go right here. See the line that comes down between your thumb and your hand? Go right to the bottom of that line and put a dot on your paper right there. And we're going to go from the dot and we're going to skip straight over our hand, nice and straight, because we want the other dot straight across from it, just like that. So try to get your dots straight across from each other. If you have to, slide your finger backwards and forth. Make sure they're lined up. Now we're going to work pretty quickly because a square is not hard to make. It's the same length on every side. And your square does not have to be perfect. I don't expect it to be absolutely perfect. But just make a square right there. Go to the middle of this line and slide up and put a dot. And from that dot, we're going to go to this corner and a little past it. This makes an A-shaped roof. And I like for my roofs to have two lines. Double lines make good looking roofs. And I think I have room for this porch. There's a porch right here, and I'll show you how to draw that. We'll go one line at a time. And this is just like follow the leader. Don't get in a big hurry. Watch me do something, then you do it, and it should work out fine. Straight across from the bottom, just a little ways, and then again up here. We're making a rectangle. Then we're going to hook onto the corner right here. Go back to the building. Then run this out a little bit further. It's not hard to do. Okay, a line here. Now watch. I put that little straight line across near the bottom. But we're going to hook on right here in the corner and slant right back to this line. See how it slants? Now all of our walls are going to be made of rock. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that very quickly, but I don't want you to spend a lot of time on it. We make a rectangle maybe another odd shape that's not really a rectangle or a square. It kind of leans. Maybe something that's almost a triangle. And then we go back and put little pieces in between. But now there's not much room right there, so I'm going to quit on that. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, we'll double up this line on the porch post. And that's all we're going to fool with right now. Okay, time for the windows. And I'm going to make my windows small so that I have room to put these shutters. I like these shutters. I want to put the shutters on the windows. And if you make your window great big, you won't have room for them. First I make the rectangles. Then I make my double line. Maybe one more up here. Okay, I'm going to put shutters on. You can watch if you want to. I go out the top and bottom and then straight down and make a rectangle. Now watch. It's not hard to do, but it looks good if we do it a certain way. I put two lines close together here and two close together down here. Come down a little, skip. Come down a little, skip over. If you have room. Now if not, you can change the shutters or make them any way you want to. They do not have to be like mine. You may not even have room for shutters, and you can just leave them off. We don't want to spend forever on something like this because we've got a lot of other things to do, so I'm just going to draw mine and then we'll move on. And you can come back to them later. That way we can get a whole lot done. A lot of neat things, and then you can still go back and finish those. Okay, that's looking pretty good for the building. Now we're going to put this water wheel on, and the water wheel is round, but it looks like a rectangle right here, so we're going to do some things to help make this look more rounded. Look, this is the shaft that that holds the water wheel. It's a solid piece. It comes out of the building through the wheel, and it's held up on this other end by this post that goes down in the water, and it's anchored in the ground below the water. So we're going to draw that next. Now stop whatever you're doing and watch. Go right here on the building, put two lines out very short, and then down like this. Hook back onto the corner of the little square that you made. Now watch. Stop whatever you're doing and watch. You need to do a follow the leader line here. Drawing is like follow the leader. I'm coming down past the building. I'm coming down this far. And how far? Well, I slide my finger up and down to kind of help me see how far it is, because every how far you go down, you also have to go up that far. And you may have to erase a little bit or make a line a little bit longer. I don't like for the line to go all the way up to the roof, but I like for it to be nice and tall. And so I sort of measure with my finger. I slide and see if they're the same. Come out from the top of the wheel, wider than your finger. It's as wide as your finger and then some more. But not too far. We don't want it real fat. Down like this. Okay, you see where this little piece is? We're going to slide across the wheel and make another one. Now watch, I'm going to slide across, go out, out, just like we made the first one. And down. And here's that post that goes down in the water. I hook on here and go halfway down the wheel. Not any further. Don't go to the bottom of the wheel. I go down halfway. I go straight over. I go straight back up. And for the top, I just go up, over, and down. Now this sits in the water, so I'm going to go ahead and just put like a little ripply thing right there. Just one. And then we're going to work on the wheel some more. Okay, go to the middle of the wheel and put a line straight across. Go halfway to the top and put a line straight across. Halfway to the bottom and put a line straight across. And stop. Wait on me. We have 4 blocks now. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the first block, we put about 5 lines. And the closer we get to the top, the closer together we put the lines. And I don't know, I think I'm going to be able to fit 6 or maybe 7 lines in there. Because as you go up, they get closer. See how many I get on the bottom? Okay? Now, don't do anything to the middle blocks yet until I show you. Okay, we're only going to put 2 lines. 1, 2. And the same thing here. 1, 2. And that helps a little bit make the wheel look round because you're looking onto it, flat on. And even though it's a circle, it doesn't look like a circle from the edge. It would if you were looking this way at it. Okay, hook on to the corner of the building right here. Look, put your finger on the corner and just stop and look. Now, go from the corner and just go this way until you run off either through the corner or just a little bit above it. But don't come off the bottom, go off up here. Alright, I'm going to put another dot right beside over here on the building. See, we went to the corner now. I slid over a little bit and put a little dot. And this line is going to run just like this one, only it's going to be above it. And watch me make it. And as I go toward the edge, I'll let the lines get a little bit further apart. Just a little bit though. Okay, now this is a tricky part. You need to watch this because this will not be easy if you don't watch. Go to this corner and just go straight down a little bit, not even as wide as your finger. Or maybe barely as wide as your finger. Yeah, that'll work. Just as wide as your finger. Now, look at this line, and we're going to draw another one. Don't even look at this at all because it'll make you mess up. You have to look at this line right here and draw another line as if you're tracing that line above it. Straight over, straight over, straight over. And then when you hit the other line, just stop. Now that's kind of a tough part if you're not paying attention. You'll get this line crooked and it'll go every which way. So you have to look at the line above it and just pretend like you're tracing it. And if you have to erase that once or twice to get it nice and straight, then that would be good. If you get your lines in the right place, you're going to have this pretty cool looking rock wall all down through here. This will be pretty neat. Alright, go back to the corner. Put your finger on the corner of the building. Start a line that goes down and go down past the wheel. About as wide as your finger. Go past the bottom of the wheel. Put a small dot at the end of that line, and then just bring this line off the bottom of the paper. Just runs off the bottom. And this is what we did. Just did this. Now I'll show you how to make this look like rock in a minute. Let's go ahead and get the other parts in here, and then we'll work on that rock wall. Alright. What they would do, there would be a stream coming down that mountain. Maybe it's coming in behind the building or whatever, and water would build up behind this rock wall, and there'd be a little hole behind this wheel, and the water would gush through, and it would hit the wheel, and the wheel has like places to catch the water and it'd make it turn. But anyway, we're just going to make the rock wall, and you don't have to worry about the rest. Go up near the top of the wheel, but not all the way at the very top edge, very close to the top. Hook on and go very, 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 very straight. Really, really straight. If you can. Go back across the line, skip the wheel, and just put a little short piece between the wheel and the building. Just skip the wheel, go straight back that way. Now for the bottom of this rock wall, I'm going to go about in the middle of this wheel right here. Just go slide backwards and forth, hook on here. Go straight off the edge. Nice and straight if you can. Alright, I want to show you how to make the rock wall, but we're just going to work on it for a minute, and then you can go back and finish it, because I want to go ahead and put the line in for the ground and a couple of trees on here, and maybe these small mountains. And I want to go ahead and do that before we finish the rock wall, but I'll show you how to make the rocks. Or we may do one wall and then we do the rest later. Alright. Make rectangles that are fairly big. Don't make them tiny. And just put 4 or 5, and it doesn't matter how they line up. Just put them in there any which way. They can be, some can be bigger than others. Just make rectangles. I've only got about 6, and look, I filled up about the whole wall. So don't make them small. And you don't have to make them with straight edges. As a matter of fact, it looks better if they don't have straight edges. Then we put other shapes in between them, and they may be all squiggly, wiggly shapes. Some might be flat, sorta. I'll go in close. Some may be shaped a little bit like triangles. Some may be more, like the rectangle again. And wherever you have room, just put a shape. Round, or some that are sort of square but very squiggly and no sharp corners. Just wherever you have room for them. I'm going to do a few while I'm here. Then we're going to work on the trees. And leave spaces between them. See all these little spaces? We want those spaces. And you're just making little shapes. If you need a flat shape to fill in, you make a very flat shape to fill in, like that. If you have room for something bigger, you can make it bigger. It doesn't matter what shape they are, but if you have kind of squiggly edges, it does look better. And don't forget, behind this water wheel, that's part of the rock wall too. Now when you get in little tight places, just leave it blank, because we need spaces between all of the rocks. We're going to color the spaces gray, and the rocks we'll use kind of yellow and brown. And this is one time when you really don't have to do smooth color. I mean, you want it to go one way, but it can be streaky. We about always do one-way color. Alright, now we're going to work on the ground for just a minute. Put a couple of trees in here. Alright, for the ground, I'm just going to go up here somewhere and hook on, maybe right here under the roof. Put the line that goes across, skip over. Now, if you have to hook onto the roof, that's fine. Just when you skip over, go all the way to the other side and keep going. Right here is a tree, nowhere near the edge. Couple of squiggly Y-shaped branches. You don't need many. This tree's far away, and you don't see as many of the parts when things are far away. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And always make a double line for your tree trunk. Okay. Now we've got this rock wall to do. We may need to put some mountains in here, maybe a sunset. I'll let you do that for creative thinking. You decide how many trees. You decide whether or not you have mountains. And if you have mountains, you go up and then bend the line down. Whenever you hit a tree or something, just skip it, and you can go all the way to the ground, or go until you hit something, then you hook on again, just like that. You could go all the way over to the roof if you wanted to, and just skip whenever you hit something. If you wanted a big sunset in there, you could do that. I like the sunset. And don't forget to put your name in the bottom right hand corner. Don't forget to outline with black. And you can put a cloud in the sky if you want. I'm going to work on this rock wall for a little while, and then I'm going to color. And you can go ahead and make trees, or you can work on this rock wall like I'm doing, or you can do whatever else you want to do for creative thinking. Okay, I'm done for now. I'm just going to finish up on this rock wall, but I'm done with giving instructions, so it's up to you now to think about what you want to do for the rest, and I hope it was fun.